Today we have Mr. Mayank from Aioneers, and we are here to ask him about the space that he owns and how it's created a difference for him. Let's see his journey. Welcome.
Thank you. First of all, maybe as a quick introduction, so my name is Mayank. I'm the co-founder and the CTO at Aioneers, and we got to know, let's say, about this whole co-working journey along with Shubhajit and along with Vibe. We had our own office space before, which was, let's say, completely managed by us, but then there have been different settings for us. So when we carved out Aioneers FASO from Aioneers, this was the first thought about having a managed space or having a co-working space, and there were pros and cons for both, but we chose the managed space with Vibe.
You have been part of a lot of ventures, I believe. So how did that journey look like for you? And having a space which actually adds to the productivity, gives you that mental space to think about and have everything being managed. How did it create a difference for you in those terms?
So I've been part of a lot of startups in the last 20 years. And I think the main difference, if I look back 20 years ago, it was more about spending less and just getting a corner somewhere, which we had to manage ourselves. There was no concept of these open spaces, co-working spaces. But over the past, I would say 15 years, this evolution has been great. So if you want to spend less, you can work in a co-working space that gives you exchange of ideas with other people as well, maybe outside of your, let's say, core community. If we come down to managed spaces, we do have, as you can see here, a bit of a more private space, but still managed by other people, other teams, and that gives also a kind of entire, let's say, sense of community. So just talking about space here with Vibe, it's very nice to be included in all the events and all the festivities and everything that goes on with the entire community, not to worry about small details and still be part of a, let's say, very well-maintained and vibrant office.
That is great. That is great. I mean, one of the main concerns when companies are trying to scale up is to find enough space. First of all, find space in an area that has connectivity, has great access, but at the same time, amenities. What the amenities that really make a difference? I mean, would it be the office supplies, the convenience of clean spaces and everything? So when you were looking for a space, especially for a managed space, so what were the criteria that you were exactly looking for, and how did Vibe fit in exactly?
So there are a few aspects here. So as you talk more about the clean space, the maintenance of the offices, the simple small things about the operational things. So every office also have to spend money on these small operational things. We have to hire staff for it. Somebody always needs to make sure that things are in order. And every office have different needs. But when I think about the managed space, it's not that the management and specifically here for Vibe, so they're catering also to variety of demands and office spaces and multiple cultures as well. So in this sense, it makes it very easy to collaborate with them. We sat down, we talked what we need, they understood the needs. Even in this is reflected in how the office was built, how the space was managed, how it's very well cleaned. Every weekend, there's always a deep cleaning. So when you walk in the space, it always feels like you're walking into a new office. So that is a difference, I would say, sometimes that when we had with our previous offices versus now.
Apart from that, how do you think, when you have, of course, a traditional holding down to a traditional office, of course, comes with a lot of overheads and a lot of issues that you have to deal on a regular basis. How does that impact, and how does managed space removes that impact on your ideation for future, your future venturing and everything?
So one thing you talked about earlier was the scaling of the office. So this has always been a challenge, because when we started Aioneers, it was a group of 8 to 10 people that we hired in Pune.
Right.
We did had a very small office. Then we had to move out to a new office, and the choice was, do we take a office for 20 people, 50 people, 100 people? We chose for 100, but obviously then the costs go pretty high, right? So we held that office down for quite a while. But in this managed space concept, this is also very clear. So we did talk to the Vibe team about, let's say, the scale at what we grow. So we did take a decent sized office, but we do have a choice to say, okay, if we grow, then we can grow with the space of 5. Maybe they can also accommodate us in a bigger office, still give this space, use the space for other people, or expand us in the same building. Of course, this will come when the time comes. We sort out these details, but I think that gives us also the confidence that we are not spending quite extra money in the beginning, and then we are also sure that when we scale, then this is also taken care not just by us but by our partners as well.
So, if I want to specifically ask you about the dedicated team support that you get, like let's say if something goes wrong, if the tech is not working, or you need immediate supplies of things and stuff like that, which of course are an overhead in traditional spaces. So, how does Vibe help?
With Vibe, whenever I'm here, I always end up meeting Shubhajit or Nilima, for example. Yeah. And this is also more personal. So anything that we need, I have never had any single complaint to say that, okay, this did not happen. So whatever team needs, it gets sorted. So if nothing is coming to us, that means everything is working as a clockwork. Yeah. So that's the relationship I would like to also have with, let's say, if I take office, that is the ideal relationship for us.
What about the culture? Like, how does there are I believe these spaces also give you the scope for collaboration, opportunities. So how does that help you? How did that help your company?
Yeah, so in my, let's say, past 5-10 years of experience, this is where the difference also comes in. If you are at a co-working space with multiple even companies, yeah, there is a lot of water cooler talk, coffee talks. Yeah, yes. You discuss ideas about, okay, this is what I was thinking. Yes, somebody can shut you down. Okay, this is, yeah, not going in the right direction. But there are also people who will come up with more constructive views to say, oh, have you thought about this? So this is one part of the collaborative space. Now, in certain cases, it might be important for you to also have a private space. So in our case, if you see with Vibe, we do have a private space. It is more of a completely managed space, but we can always go down, yeah, onto the co-working space. We can talk to other people. In fact, yesterday, Shubhajit was talking more about one of his ideas to discuss, hey, what do you think about this? Yeah. So these are the kind of collaborations I think come with working with multiple.
If I have to really stretch it, then what about the meeting rooms and conference rooms and everything? Like, how accessible they are, and how easy it is for you to, kind of hold meetings? And if you need extra spaces, how does that happen?
So here we have a little bit of advantage having the managed space. So of course, we have our own space, but we have asked in the past, let's say when our entire team was here holding the event, yeah, the Vibe team completely helped us. Even in the inauguration of the office, yeah, these are these small things like, yes, okay, we have to arrange for flowers, we have to get a cake, we have to, yeah. So these are the things we really didn't even had to worry about. In fact, the entire marketing, I still remember, was done by the Vibe team, yeah, saying, hey, look, these are the new guys in our building. So yes, it's marketing for Vibe as well, but it also as a company, it makes us feel very welcome in the community. So this is more about, let's say, the first part of it. When you talk about spaces, so we have used our own space, we have used Vibe space, yeah, in the other areas as well. And yeah, if I need something in this aspect, yeah, I can always ask and I can always get help. Even if it's not Vibe space, they can make sure that I'm, yeah, let's say, having a space somewhere, so I can always reach out.
I think we'll wrap it up with this one last question that I think more and more companies are being born every day. So how good or how well do you suggest that people should offer co-working spaces or managed spaces and probably get out of the idea of having traditional spaces to themselves?
Mm-hmm. So I can just talk about us. So we are now starting a new company next week, from the 1st of May. And this was one of the discussion with Vibe team yesterday. Yeah, explaining them this is what we need. It's a very small team of 4, 5, 6 people. Yeah, and this is how we will grow. But then, yeah, I think the sharing of ideas, sharing of plan from the very beginning, so that they understand our requirements. We get down, we talk to people. Yeah, and we had an open discussion, as I said earlier, with Shubhajit yesterday about his ideas, about my ideas, how we are going. So I think as a new team, as a lot of startups, you really need to keep a track of the cost. And just getting tied down to a traditional office is quite expensive, and especially in places like Bangalore, Mumbai. Yeah. So you really have to figure out the right partner, keep the costs low, who can help you scale when you grow with time. So these are all, let's say, aspects I see from a founders, from a cash flow perspective, that you really need to take care of. And this is what I would also recommend to every other person who's starting a company. Keep looking down at costs, keep looking down at collaborative spaces first. When you grow to a scale, yes, you can take a managed office, but these are steps you need to go through.
Excellent. I think that's a great piece of advice. And anybody who's wanting to grow, firstly, to put the money in the right place and not worry about the place that they are working at and have those overhead not worry them down. So thank you, Mr. Mayank, for having this wonderful chat with us, and we wish you all the best. And I hope you grow many things.
Yeah, same for the Vaishing as well. Thank you.
Thank you.